Hello, everyone. I want to thank you so much for tuning into my channel, and I want you to know how much I honestly appreciate your views. And I am just here trying to get light bulbs to go on for different topics to help us live life optimally. That's really the goal, is to live life the best way that we can. And so I want to introduce you to one of my favorite people. This is my nephew. His name is Jason. And for those of you that don't know, I am a hairstylist and I have been cutting hair for many, many, many years. And I cut Jason's hair. And so while we are talking, he says a lot of profound things. And this one certain thing just kind of hung out there and I remembered it. And so I wanted to talk about it with you guys and share. And Jason, what was that you had brought up that one day that I just can't let go?
I think it was something to the effect of you should do something you hate, maybe every day
You said
or
every day.
very often.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And I think at the time I was, as far as weightlifting slash powerlifting, my goal was to get to that quote unquote next level of lifting as far as weight goes. So that was just something that I tried to put in my head to help me go through each day because I knew it wasn't going to be easy. So that was just me preparing myself mentally, like, this is not going to be fun. Um, I'm actually going to like hate it. That just became my thing well, maybe not every day, but 4 or 5 days a week.
Just out of curiosity, when you first started that, and what was the first thing that you did that you hated to push yourself?
The actual work, because it was heavy. It was just a lot of volume. You know, you can hype yourself up all you want going into a workout, but once you get in it, you're like, oh man, this is not fun. This is not how I thought it was going to be. And some days it is better than you think it is, but most times it's not fun. And that would probably be the most obvious. The other things, are like, well, I'm tired because I was up early doing my 9 to 5. I start work at 5 o'clock and I get out, around 2 o'clock. So that's good for me and it's also bad. It's good for me. I can get out, I can get more stuff done earlier throughout the day, but also probably not physically at my best, as I would be if I slept a little bit longer or didn't go to work, So that was another thing, when you start actually looking at it, we all kind of do things we don't like each day. It's just like, how do we respond to that later on when it's actually time? Like, because I don't want to go, I don't want to work out. I'm too tired. I'd rather go sit down and maybe scroll on my phone or something.
There's levels. So when you start doing the things that you hate, there's certain things that fall off as you continue to go after that because they become less intense, less tedious, less as far as working out when pushing ourselves. We're talking about that particular thing that you started with no longer hurts, or it's no longer strenuous because you've worked past it and we get to move on to something else that we hate. And that's
Right.
kind of the moral of this. And what I want people to realize is if you start looking at things in small segments and pushing yourself, then that will no longer be hated because it doesn't feel uncomfortable. You've gotten used to it. And we get to move on into a new phase and push ourselves past it. The other thing is, this can apply to every aspect of life. And so when a client comes to me, the first thing they have to do is they fill out a balance wheel, because if we want optimal health and we want to be able to live like the people in the blue zones that live into their, up to 100 and a little bit longer. But not only that, if you saw them, if you communicated with them, I don't know, maybe a year before they died at 99, they're clear thinking, they are agile, they can get up off the ground by themselves, they're actually still engaging with the family, doing chores, they're having a good life. I mean, that's what I want as long as I live on this earth, to be functioning in my mind. And so there are some things, some changes that have to be made. And so if I can look at that as a positive, knowing that I'm not going to hate it forever, then I think that helps to kind of build some motivation. And I think, and that's the important part. I have recently changed up my routine because I have realized And I'm getting away because what I was saying was my point is that this will delve over into all other aspects of life, which so the balance wheel is mind, body, soul. All of that is tied to optimal health. I have goals, and not being productive is not on the list. So if I want to achieve these goals, I have to be productive. So I was noticing, and this is personal, that in the mornings I spent a little bit too much drinking coffee. And that sounds silly, but as I sit around and enjoy this warm cup of happiness, and now it's 30 minutes and then it's 45 minutes. And then now I'm hoofing it to get in the shower to get where I need to go. And I'm supposed to be where I need to go by whatever. And I'm getting there right on time. Right. So that's just
Right.
my story. Not most people don't have that problem. I'm a weirdo, but I decided productivity. I don't want to just be busy. I want to be productive. I've had to change up my routine. And so I made rules for myself. So as soon as I get out of the bed, I have to read my Bible so that that doesn't go away because that is the utmost important. Number two, as soon as I get finished reading my Bible, I have to go work out. Now, I hate working out at 6:30 in the morning, and I have always said it will never happen. You will never catch me doing that. Guess what I'm doing? Working out at 6:30 in the morning. So my day has become so much more productive, and my hours, I feel like I have more hours. So as
Yeah.
soon as I work out, I jump in the shower, and then I have to have a smoothie before I'm even allowed to have my coffee because I'm nutrienting up my body. Not that coffee's bad, I'm not saying that, but let's get some strong nutrients in the body first. So these were all things I never did. I did not work out at 6:30 a.m. A smoothie never came before coffee because all I want when I wake up, like, what else are we living for other than coffee? That's kind of how.
Right.
So I am making changes, and I am noticing, first of all, I no longer hate it. I'm looking forward to it.
Right.
So my fear was when I got into my workout room at 6:30 in the morning that it would be too painful. My body's not ready. But Alex, my son-in-law, he said, because he works out super early, and he goes, you know what? All you got to do is show up and then you're okay. So I'm like, okay, if all I got to do is show up, let's try. And he was right. Man, what a game changer. All goes back to what you said that day. And I know that sounds silly, Jason, but you actually put something in my mind that meant so much. And so that's why I wanted to share it with people because this was a game changer. You know, it sounds kind of extreme, but I literally hated the thought of working out at 6:30 a.m. And so today, I mean, I've had appointments all day long. And if I didn't adopt this, I wouldn't have gotten my workout in yet. By the time I get finished with my day, I'm probably going to be too tired to think about a workout and then it wouldn't have happened. But if I want optimal health, that workout, you know, it's got to be a part of my life because
Right.
of all the circulation, oxygenate, you know, we can name all the shuns that makes, you know, it's a game changer. I just wanted to bring this information to the audience so that they can, it's food for thought, right? It's something to think about. What is it that you hate that's holding you back? We can think of it as a positive instead of a negative.
Just go a little bit further into doing the things that you actually hate. Like it could be something as, as small as maybe changing your workout first thing in the morning. Where to me, I would hate that too. I'd rather work out in the PM. If you're facing these things that you don't like and you're doing them, as small as it may seem, it kind of bleeds over into other things in your life because at some point in your life you're going to have to do things, you're going to have adversity in your life, but there's a definite carryover effect with doing that, I think.
Absolutely. That's a really good point. And so when I first heard this, I thought that's ridiculous. But the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So I first heard it and I'm like, that is so stupid. That isn't even, there's no way. Over the next couple of weeks, I started thinking about it and it's true. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And that's why so many times when we start really working on one aspect of our life, it starts spilling over into all the other aspects so that we bring balance to our life. You know, a lot of times when people start working out and now they're like, oh, I really should pair the eating aspect with that and start cleaning that. They start thinking about that. And that's why it's so important. Today, this doesn't ever happen, but every dog has wanted to do something in the last hour to try and be a part of this video, apparently. So here, you come on up. Apparently, he wants another toy that's on the table. We try to hide him because he doesn't just play with toys, he destroys them. But anyway, you want to say hi to Jason? He's over there. He's
It's
over
my
here.
favorite dog.
There he is. I just wanted to bring this information to you guys. It's something to think about. And as we push ourselves, just like you said, when things come at us, and they always will, things that were unexpected, that are really hard, then it has built us up to be able to get through it. So it builds character, integrity, just makes us a better person.
Absolutely.
All right, that's what we got going on that we wanted to share with you. And I hope that you got something out of this, and share with us, what are some of the things that you do that you hate and that have actually made you a better person. But thank you so much for watching. And if you don't mind liking this, and if you did, I mean, don't like it if you don't, but like it if you do, and maybe share it with someone that you know that needs to hear it. Leave us a comment below. And if you don't mind subscribing to my channel, if you haven't already, I appreciate it so much. You guys have a great day.